everyone. We are at the GSkill booth at Computex. I am joined by Der8auer again. This is our second video, so the other one might go up later, but it was an XOC video. For this one, we're doing something pretty interesting and timely, which is a Skylake X delidding, right?
Correct, exactly.
So we've got a delidder kit from Der8auer. We're going to show the process of delidding it and show the inside under the IHS. I think this will be one of the first few videos out there. So you'll want to check that out. Before getting to that, this coverage is brought to you by EVGA and their 1080 Ti SC2 card. We've got a link in the description below for more information on that. It's got the ICX sensors and the new dual fan design. Okay, so we're going to start the delidding process now. We've got the delidder here, and we have a, what is it, a 10-core chip, right?
Yeah, it should be 10
So we have a 10-core chip, and this delidder will work for Skylake X and KBX, is that correct?
Correct. Theoretically, it also works for Broadway and Haswell. But I cannot recommend that. I mean, they're soldered, so cannot recommend doing it.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. I'm going to pass you the mic so you can narrate and walk me through it.
Yeah, all right.
So let's see how it goes.
So basically just grab the CPU and align the triangles.
So triangle there, triangle there.
Yeah, so that's very important because if you place it the wrong side, there are SMDs underneath the IHS and you would just remove all of them. And then the CPU would have a problem.
Okay.
So Ryan, just grab the hex key and then just start turning.
Turning this?
Yes.
Okay.
Turn the screw until you can feel some. Yeah, you can start turning with the hand as well.
And so this has. Let's talk about how this works. So this tightens, obviously pushes this, which is what, this is stainless steel.
Yes, exactly. So you have this. You can see it move. So this is the stainless steel part. This is also stainless steel. So that's the reason why it's a little bit more expensive. But the force you need is really massive. So this applies like 3 times more force. That's why we have this lever here. We tried to do direct push first, like pushing directly from this with a screw, and it didn't work. You needed so much pressure that it was just not possible. That's why we had to change the design and make it with a lever. So just keep pushing until you can feel some force, and then you change to the other side of the key, and then keep turning until it comes off.
Okay, so this is pushing down the other part right here. Till we start smashing the IHS, I guess.
Yeah, you should now feel that you need more and more pressure, right?
Right. So I might have to switch.
Yeah, exactly. So switch and apply pressure a lot.
What is this, like a 5 mil?
Should be, yeah.
And what's the action once we've delid? Is there like an audible pop or anything?
Shouldn't be. The thing is, on Skylake, the glue was for some reason a little bit harder as on this chip, so you cannot really hear a crack. You can just see the IHS moving. You feel that you need less force once it's coming off. You can feel it needs quite a lot of
pressure. I mean, it's definitely taking some pressure now. So let's see, how close are we here?
Yeah, so you can see nothing happen so far. You can tell by the space between the IHS and the little cap in the corner, but you can see nothing happen so far. Just keep pushing.
Okay, so there we go. That sounded like something popped.
Yes. So just screw back, take out the CPU. And now you should be able to remove the IHS from the PCB. You might need a little bit of force as well. Just try to take it off. Yeah, do it. More. It's fine.
Very cool. Okay, so there's our delidded 10-core. So we can see they're using thermal paste still, and then we've got.
Yeah. So what's really interesting is the design of the CPU itself. It's very similar to Broadway. So you can see you have this stacked PCB stuff. So you have a small PCB on the bottom, and you have this stacked PCB on top, which covers the die. And you can also see all the SMD parts around the die, which make the delidding itself quite complicated and also risky. So even with this delidder, personally, I would guess there is always a chance to remove some of the SMDs, because sometimes I saw that some of the glue is already touching the SMDs. So this is really risky, and considering that there will be like 18-core CPUs, which are like $2,000 US.
Right.
Yeah.
And bigger, probably.
Yeah, I will try to make it as safe as possible, but yeah, it's going to be risky anyway.
So the die size here, we're not really taking up the whole second PCB or substrate. But are the larger CPUs, like the 18 cores, you expect them to take up more dice or more larger dies for that?
Yeah, so the assumption is that the 18 core or 16 and 14 and 12 core are from a higher core count die. So it might be possible that the die is bigger than this, might also change the way we have to delete this. This is nothing that I have confirmed yet, but it's very likely that this is going to happen, yeah.
Very cool. All right, so that was the delidding process. We've got a delidded 10 core here. This is the IHS. Few things of note. I mean, one, obviously this is still thermal paste. Intel's been doing this for a while. I wish they would stop and do solder, because I mean, I guess it would make your delidder less useful.
I mean, I don't mind if they do it.
But if they did solder, that'd be nice. AMD started doing solder on the Ryzen stuff, so come on, Intel. But other than that, once we kind of look closer at the substrate for the chip, and again, this is one of the 10-core ones, there's a little, I don't know, just like an IC in the corner or something that is an RFID chip, it looks like. So I don't know that we know if that actually does anything, right?
I mean, my theory is that you can store information on this. So it's an RFID chip, I know that. So theoretically, it should be possible to store information on it, like your personal overclocking results, maybe. But that's just a guess. I mean, I'm not really sure about that, but that could be very interesting as well. Going back to the solder stuff, I would really like to know why Intel is doing it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not just to save money. There are usually more things behind this. For the small dies, there was this theory and also the stuff that if you solder on small dies, the long time stability for the solder is not that good because you have this expansion and shrinking stuff, and eventually it might crack the solder, and then lifespan is not as long. You don't have that issue for sure on thermal paste. Like thermal paste, lifespan is unlimited. The thermal paste on this one is, I think, Dow Corning. It's not as good performing as other pastes, but it's stable. So when people are hating on the thermal paste, I can totally understand that. But you also have to keep in mind that it's a very stable thermal paste. So if you replace it with other conventional brand, it's very likely that the thermal, the temperature will go down over time and you have to repaste. So that's something you wouldn't have to do on a stock Intel CPU. But my advice is always to go for liquid metal, because liquid metal, you can save like 20 degrees Celsius. It's amazing.
Do you have any particular liquid metal you recommend?
Personally, I always use conductor now because I know it doesn't harden over time. Obviously, you can go for any other brand as well if you want to, but you might have to consider that you have to also repaste after a year or something, but should all work out, yeah.
Very cool. So for more information, as always, you can hit the link in the description below for the article. And do you have a web store for this yet?
Not yet. It's not yet for sale. This is also only a prototype, I have to point it out. So there are a few small things I will change. So it's not that convenient yet to take the CPU out and back in. So also it's missing the regluing unit. So there will be something like a frame you put above so you can reglue the IHS. So that will be included as well. I have to still make it a little bit more stable. So people already asked me if this is over-engineered because it looks so massive, like stainless steel part, aluminum parts and all this stuff, but the force you need to delete the CPUs is insane. So even that, after like 10 or 20 CPUs, it's kind of giving up. So yeah, we'll see.
So if you want to find out more about this and what Roman does, you can go to his channel, which is Der8auer on YouTube. Just search for that. Thank you for watching. As always, subscribe for more. Patreon.com/GamersNext. Help us out directly. We'll see you all next time.